Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dire Bear and welcome to Falskallan Nights. I am your host, the Bard with No Name. I've missed you guys. It's been a week, and it's been a week, but it's been a good week. On a positive note, I've been feeling body positive, so gonna do little wiggles. But with that, ah, I've missed you all. Honestly, I've been tired, but I'm ready to do this. So, before we get into it, let's start with a couple of announcements. First of all, I'd like to thank D&D Beyond for sponsoring our game tonight, because without it, we wouldn't have our character sheets on like one consolidated spot. But also, that being said, it's also a very useful resource because now that it's owned by Wizards of the Coast, all the official books and source materials are within D&D Beyond itself. So with that, you'll be able to actually cough a phlegm out just like that. It's perfect. But it has custom monsters in there made by players. It's got a bunch of different items that have also been made by players, but also all the official things. So that way, if you have something that you wanted to create for your players, you can easily create it and have it as source for anybody else who'd wish to have any of that. Second of all, we've got Dire Bear merch. If you go to Dire Bear Streamlabs, you'll be able to pick up a couple of shirts, help support the channel because, well, I like supporting my stuff, and I hope that you would as well. That way, we'd be able to give you more entertainment with all of this. And they also are very comfy.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, I believe that is everything. With it being, I wish everybody had a great Halloween. I really do. Yeah. I also forgot. Oops. People could see my dirty dishes. Oops. We're starting off this dumpster fire with something great. So let's get into tonight's episode of Falskallan Nights. Last time on Falskallan Nights, half a team of them were on pursuit, trying to catch up with Garnom, the half-orc that killed Orlin Felderwind, and had taken the lockets that he had been studying. Fleen, Yimmer, and Diamondback followed the Almond River down to the Emerald Jewel of Falskala, the port city of Lumengi. Happening upon a siege and a bombardment of the port, the lower sections of the town, Team Them decided to follow through, knowing that their quarry was straight ahead. With that, they ran face first into bombardments of cannon fire. The sounds of screams of people running, trying to catch Garnum. With a couple of really good checks to get past some guards to help people out, and eventually making an effort to recreate orcish calls, they were able to finally lure Garnham out into the open. And they did so with brutal accuracy, stopping him as a bunch of orcs started coming in, the guards following right behind, stopping them. And as Spleen delivered the killing blow, everybody had heard a ruckus that came from the bay. The bark and the galleon had been split apart because Ocean's Grace had submerged from underneath them, causing a tidal wave to push them out. And hearing the cheers from the guards, knowing that Emerald Envy is in sight, created a great morale boost. But while this was happening, Howard and Halsterian were in Menestad, trying to either get their way to Onver or go down to the port city of Lumengi. But upon hearing the news of the port city being under siege, got told by Violet Fury to come see him. He had information on somebody that they were following. It turned out that Eizana Ravenford had been injured and has been spotted out in the forests east of Menestad. With that lead, in hand, they took the Hen Ranger and they went out into the world. After about an afternoon's worth of tracking and finding her, they found her critically injured, bleeding out, breathing heavily, her horse beside her. Her last words were of her laughing, saying that all of you guys were doomed and had fallen for it. Their head now removed from her body. Howard, how's Darian? What do you do? It's still currently dusk and like the sun is pretty much right on the verge of setting. Make an investigation check, please. So you start rummaging through the headless corpse of Eizana Ravenford. It's a small form, given that she's halfling. But you start rummaging through and you find about 100 gold. 100 gold, 75 not platinum, silver. Sorry, that was a slip. 75 platinum.
Dang, she loaded.
She's reading at Denny's tonight.
75 gold. There was no platinum. Yeah.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah. There isn't really much on her except a couple, like her wand that she has as a focus. She's kind of been going bare bones, kind of as if she's been on the run. It's just a regular one. Yeah. But you find her components pouch and a couple of notes. You open them up and they look like gibberish. Make an intelligence check for the both of you, please.
Mm-hmm. Read the book. 17.
Oh, buddy. You determine that this is a cipher. Or these are encoded notes, then that you would need a cipher to break, or you could attempt to make your own, but it would take time. Margarine comes up. All right. Sun's about to set. We got to set up camp. Moving in the dark, especially at this time of year, not very wise.
I suppose let's get to it then. Yes. Certainly. The not as tiny hut.
Are you guys gonna just combine huts and try and break the universe or something? Just try and like game clip a bunch of things together. Just
Yep. Wait, if we didn't get a chance.
Two huts, house Styrian.
Okay, so okay, start doing your thing.
Wait, hold on. The tiny hut is a dome, which roughly semicircular, semi-orbular, a hemisphere.
Hemisphere.
So, two hemispheres make a ball, and we can travel as we sleep.
It's like a hamster. No.
So you start sketching tiny hut out. You guys.
We
And we have
And
We're
these are the
only
serious guys.
we're only 21 minutes in.
Oh man, what did I do? All right, so okay, you're writing all this down. You're doing your whole spell. One more time. Okay.
Let's not make a ball. If we're going to be carrying their head to speak to the dead later, I don't want to be rolling around with a head. Or two, I don't know if you want to speak to the horse. Yeah, that would very much not work. Right, well, you want to just try and make a large one?
All right, so you're gonna either cast it or you're gonna ritual. Well, actually, no. Halsterian can't ritual cast it.
I have to ritual cast it.
Oh, is that because of your tome?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. So you guys basically sit back to back and start doing your drawings onto the ground. And you start doing it. They start overlapping each other. As you both finish at the same time, you see the shimmer of, well, not even the shimmer, more like a flickering of both arcane magics kind of colliding with each other. But because you've already set everything to be friendly with yourselves, kind of just melds into one, and it's the same.
Mine was orange.
What does orange and
Margarine.
brown make?
Yeah, that's like an off brown.
Yeah.
And she looks at you with her half elven face. Just wizarding types.
For science's sake, I assure you.
And she steps outside. Why is it creamsicle colored, flashing with like a bright blue? Basically like a rave going on right now.
It's like two textures kind of.
It's
back and
basically
forth.
like two video game textures just loading in on each other. Just
I just imagine like when you have two little water droplets, and then when they combine, it makes one big water droplet. So if
Well,
they
I was
touch, they go.
thinking too,
bloop.
actually. Yeah.
Yama would love this.
So you're basically you're I understood that, but you're disposing of the body? Attempting to?
Wizarding
I thought you
types.
gave the bag of devouring that to Alabel. My god, you actually used it as what you intended to do with it.
Hey, Bax,
Oh. Well. Jesus. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, all right. So you put the hand into the bag of devouring. Only you start hearing is and then you just see the body just rush right the fuck in.
Please, please turn that back outside in, inside out, whatever. I. What about the horse?
Margarine just looks at the both of you. The fuck is that? The fuck did I just witness? I'm not planning on it. What the fuck are you doing with that? She just rolls her eyes, walks out of the dome again. Wizarding types. I'm going to stay out here. I'm fine. And she climbs up the tree where Eizana was. The night goes on. River Gang. So you're still in the street. You have Garnum's body with you, but there are still guards fighting orcs right behind you. You're still right in the middle of a siege. Although
The guys.
you just saw the Ocean's Grace push the bark and the galleon off.
All right, well, cavalry's in. I'm gonna let them have all the fun.
Well, they could have most of it. I'm okay with that. Is the orc still under Crown of Madness?
You
'Cause they
notice
did
that a
cast it
bunch of the
again.
orcs had that you had dealt with are now laying on the ground, but there's still more coming in.
Mm.
So you kind of get the
How-
feeling that there are still ground forces within the area.
Yeah. How far? How far am I from the nearest orc coming in?
The nearest orc.
Yeah.
Basically, what had happened was you killed Garnum. Everybody saw what happened with the Ocean's Grace, and then those orcs proceeded to die because they were both distracted and had turned their back on the enemy.
Mhm.
And so you see a bunch off in the distance rushing towards. And so a bunch of the guards start turning around and talking. You lot! You're gonna kill them? Kill them with us, or what are you doing? What are you doing here?
Kill! Ah! Yeah!
What she said.
We want this guy alive? Gerlin, do we need to know anything? Keep him alive? No?
I show the split carcass of him. Huh?
Is
Yeah,
he like...
Whoops.
I do have spare the dying, so if he is rolling...
I don't think Spare the Dying works when he's basically bifurcated, but I appreciate your enthusiasm.
He's only split in half. Spare the dying.
Just have arms. Spare the dying.
It's like just use a mending cantrip. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just put it on ice. We'll mend it later.
Because yeah, Spare the Dying is also just a cantrip for me. So if I could just keep clear, and he's back, and then he dies.
Clear.
Well, then, as you guys are having this conversation, you see one of the guards. He's got like a little lapel on the cape, and it looks like he has a sergeant's insignia on it. He looks over. If you're going to help, it's best to get to the rock. Get to the citadel.
Well, lay on.
Ronald, come, follow me.
I take Garnum's corpse.
You're just dragging the corpse.
Yeah.
You basically A-train drag the corpse behind you.
I will just Spare the Dying then.
Tap. I'm just. It's like one arm is over his shoulder. I'm just dragging it.
So as you guys are starting to go, beep, touch, Spare the Dying on him. You reach out with your magics, and they're not gripping. You kind of missed the trigger point on that one.
Yim, how much do you know about basic anatomy?
Well, I know if we smush them together a little, it's kind of back together.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. Look, if we want to get anything out of him, we either need an old cleric and a young cleric, or, well, one of the wizards from back home who can speak with the dead.
Well, in that case, should we just take the hit?
Take that up with the woman dragging the corpse.
You guys start following the guards. Like you start noticing that this sergeant is kind of leading the procession, but you also see that there's a bunch of other guards coming in and following suit. So you're kind of being like escorted, what feels like.
It's got slightly less welcoming.
Yeah.
You start going through Fendralen's port, and you reach where the Almond River goes into the South Falskallan Sea. And these bridges are absolutely beautiful if they didn't have cannon fire riddled with it, but they seem very sturdy. They're about 20 feet wide, and they go over the river like a giant suspension bridge. These things were built for sturdy, but also to take large ships coming in into the mouth of the river. You start running him through to the fish market. As you do, you start seeing how tall this cliff face is, where the rock is. It is large. It's almost like the wall level of of height. You're talking a good 400, 500 feet, give or take.
I think they're compensating for something.
But you really start seeing the veins of iron, cobalt, and azurite going right through. The sergeant starts looking around. The fish market didn't seem to be hit as hard, but there's still kind of people like running about between buildings and making sure that they're getting into safe spots. You don't see any immediate dangers. Like, right. Well, let's keep moving.
Pardon me for asking, how long's this been going on?
They came in this morning.
Hmm.
They came in this morning. We saw the armada and we thought, oh, that's just a trade convoy. And then as soon as they dropped their sails, having the white hand on them, and then they started firing. A couple of the frigates came into the port. We were able to push them off, but that was about it. We started firing. They started firing back, and chaos ensued. We haven't been able to get ourselves collected.
Might seem a dumb question given that everything's still more intact than it might be, but y'all haven't seen a dragon with these bunch, have you?
Dragon? His eyes open up. I certainly hope not.
Yeah, join the club on that one. My friend Yimmer and I here, and I indicate Yimmer. Last time we ran across anybody bearing the white hand, there was also a white dragon alongside. Lucky to escape with our lives.
Any elementals? Flamey people?
Elementals?
Cults?
No, none. No, the last time we had elemental attacks was like 3 months ago.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Anyway, come. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Do you need help with that?
It's better if you cut it into pieces and you
He
can
just
like transport.
holds his hands up. He points to 2 guards, tells them to pick up the body. You see these 2 like grunt, like very wispy, grunty people coming up. We could take that off of you.
No. No, I got it. I got this.
They both look over to the sergeant. Whatever. Follow me. You turn around. You start reaching to the base of the cliff, and you see that there are a bunch of stairwells that have been built in that go up a good 30 to 50 feet, going into what looks to be tunneled out holes. Going right through, you start realizing that all of this is extremely well constructed and crafted. Bunch of like cobblestones on the floor, but also the stonework in here is well masoned and beautiful, like domed ceilings to make sure that nothing ever sinks and caves in on themselves. And what would be flames and torches are actually magically enhanced lights to produce daylight.
I like it.
You come into the main central chamber, and it is a large dome. It almost looks Roman in its construction, where you see the swirling of the metals that had been sitting and compiling on each other, flowing right through. It doesn't look as if there was brick placed into the stone. It looks like the brick was carved into it, as more of like a decorative centerpiece to show a sign of wealth. And this center dome goes down what looks to be 100 feet. Spiraling staircases in multiple layers. It's almost like Zion from Matrix Reloaded. It's very much like that. You see there's a bunch of people inside and taking cover and cowering. You see the guards that are there posting and maintaining composure. Sergeant comes up. Is the lieutenant around? Is the lieutenant around? And one of the guards comes up. Lieutenant and the floor commander are up at the top. You need to get up there? Well, I think so. Emerald Envy is in, and got to bring in this news. Also, these guys look like they're important.
That is the first time anybody has ever said that about me.
She's like picking her nose, like looking around.
You take it out.
It's hot.
Okay, well, come. We'll get you to the elevator. You walk through a couple of hallways, and you see that there's an elevator that is carved. Well, everything is carved into the stone, but let's just be honest here. See this elevator, and one of the guards looking up. Top floor? Yes. Go in, and it's very much like, I don't know how else to describe it other than like it looks and feels like it's gonna fall apart, but as soon as it starts moving, you feel how solid this elevator looks. It's all wooden with a bit of metal, and it's really well enclosed, and it follows in through the rock faces very well. As it's going up, you notice that there are like scratch marks on the rock face itself. It looks like this has been really well worn in and well maintained.
Y'all got some fancy gear in this part of the world.
Everything is built into the rock. We've had to make it secure.
It's done by dwarves.
Druids, actually.
Hmm.
Although the dwarves did help with the mining.
Well, yeah. If it's rock and it moves, that's usually a dwarven project. Wonder if I have any cousins that worked on this place.
You see one of the dwarven guards behind you just, I was racist. If it didn't come from my own kind, I would have mentioned it.
Hello. I'm all from the hills.
You already automatically get like the grumpy feels from him.
Would you like a mushroom?
Hmm.
Turn that
Later.
frown upside down.
Later, the sergeant turns around. You will not take anything from these people. Sergeant turns backs around. He looks at you and just signals later. Reaching the top, you feel like you've been in this elevator for about 10 minutes now. You finally reach the top, and you see a fantastic view, as there's a bunch of natural windows that have been cut out into the walkways, and you see what overlooks the South Falskallan Sea. and the port city of Lumengi. You see the Ocean's Grace actually made its way into the harbor and has laywayed the frigates that were inside. See a couple of you see the two ketches that had made the beachfront still there, but also the galleon and the bark had been beached by the tidal waves that had come out.
It looks like they're having fun down there.
Definitely effective. Glad they were around. So,
Why
Yes,
are
you
you making us go here? Like, why are we following you?
yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, that orc looks important.
Is mine.
We got to him first.
Also, it looks like you've got
Yep.
Menestadian marks on you.
Well, you got a keen eye there, friend, yeah. Came down here on orders from Violet Fury to hunt down,
Raider.
the person that was.
I figured
Helped
as
instigate.
much.
He helped instigate an attack on Menestad.
They don't call me Aratana the Eye for nothing.
Well, I did notice the makeup. It looks very fetching.
Shut up.
Shut
Shut up. Shut up. That's it. You're not getting appreciated
gotta
whenever
get
I
a-
remember to do this party
no.
Bring your
appreciation.
weapon.
Yeah.
Get a whack.
Do they have two eyes?
This human looks very bodily abled with two eyes.
I'm gonna tell you,
Ooh.
I'm gonna tell you,
Well,
you were at the same
no,
thought where I was like,
Well,
"Does he have
in
one
that
eye?"
case, why do they call you the eye? Shouldn't it be eyes?
Unless, like, one eye is better than the other, so you got to, like,
Is he?
kind of.
Just
You
shut
get
up.
used to
Let's
them
go.
eventually.
Turns around. Let's go. Finally make it to what looks to be a war room. And inside you see my notes.
I see.
God, I have paper everywhere.
Notes everywhere. I can't read. I hate it here.
That's not what I want. Where's everything I want? Oh, God.
Suck it,
Ah! Oh my God. You can tell I'm absolutely prepared for everything, right?
You're prepared
You
to be
see a
unprepared.
human, a very old male. He holds himself in a hybrid guard and he's wearing very formal military gear. You see that he's got like basically Tom style mutton chops going on there.
I approve.
Yeah. Mutton chops there. And he turns over. What are these people doing, huh? Sergeant comes in. So, Commander, sorry.
It's what we
I
asked.
believe he turns to you. You will not speak until you are spoken to. Do you understand?
Oh,
Good.
well, it was all of us.
The fuck?
I believe these people are important. They're from Menestad. I noticed that had a couple of insignias on them, and apparently they're under the orders of Violet Fury. I haven't confirmed any of this, but the body behind them also is Menestadian. I believe they might be of importance to you. The commander turns around. Is this true? You were under command of Violet Fury himself?
If it helps, I'm
Yeah.
just as surprised as you are. Don't usually do anything this important.
What? It's hard to believe.
No, I just need to confirm the facts. Now, are you under the orders of Violet Fury? Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. Perfect. Well, now that you're here, what the fuck are you doing here?
Well, there's been an attack on Menestad. A cult, Elisha Ross, that's been responsible for the elemental attacks all over the place last little while, hit a harvest festival, and Splinty over here, and I point at the dead body, was their inside guy in the Citadel. Killed a good man, set the place on fire, then ran off down this way, and before he died, we were able to confirm through, shall I say, some creative impression of orc speech on my part that he was working in league with the White Hand. Ain't saying too much now.
So you're telling me this person here is working with both the cult and the White Hand?
I made noises like an orc, telling, like, basically just yelling out that we were looking for the insider, and Spleen, he seemed to respond in positive to that, right? I didn't quite catch what he said.
Right.
Uh,
Well,
yeah.
then if you're here on official business, welcome to the Rock. I'm Commander Forsyth Striker. He holds his hands out.
Shake it. Diamondback. Pleased to meet you.
Diamondback. You? Points to Yimmer.
I'm Yimmer. Nice to meet you.
Right.
Oh,
And
no.
looks over to Spleen. What are you doing in my presence?
Take my
You-
hand.
It's like
He
bloody.
sticks his hand out, boom, and gives it a shake.
Hi.
And it's a tight grip. It is extremely
Mine,
tight.
mine too.
Yeah,
I'm impressed, but my claws dig into his palm.
yeah. You see like just the slight wince. Mm-hmm.
Spleen.
Right. Let's go. Now that you have this body in here, is there anything that you can inform me on? Because right now, I'm dealing with the ships in the harbor.
He's very dead.
I see that. I can smell that. I would suggest that you get him out of here.
I mean, all due respect, we do have to keep on to hold on to him for a bit. We don't know if anyone back at Menestad wants to talk to him. You know, in the way that wizards sometimes can. Terms of
Those
update.
wizarding types.
I know, right?
Right? Yeah.
Terms
Yeah,
of
we
keeping me
trust-
updated on the situation, well, I don't know much else other than what he did back in Menestad and what we saw when we arrived here. But, well, Emerald Envy just popped up in the harbor and seems to be giving the orcs a bit of a time down there, so
I know. I've been watching.
there you go. Well,
And this is why we've also ceased firing, because I don't want to hit anything anywhere near the ocean's grace.
You have a good eye.
Yes. I know.
Best one.
Well, if you
Thank you,
excuse
Dr.
me,
Muff.
as he starts saying this, all yours. You see this giant bird coming towards the opening of the window. Comes in, lands. As it lands, you see this elf come standing straight up, large green gown just flaring down. Leather armor strapped right up and in, and it's all tree root themed and based. You've met her before. This is Emerald Envy.
Hello.
She has vibrant red hair, and her eyes are piercing yellow. Forsyth, report. Forsyth, Envy. Yes, we seem to be handling the attack until you had shown up, but any of the reports that we've come in, basically Fish Market and Fendrellin's Port have been blaywayed and wasted. There are reports of the orcs mobilizing within these parts of the town, and well, I didn't know what else was going to happen until you'd shown up. As far as I can tell from here, I haven't received anything else, but It looks like they're. Think of the word right now. Ah! Reinforcing on the beach. On the beaches. Do you have any idea of what you want to do? She turns around. Yes. What we're going to do is we're going to let them mobilize onto the beaches, and we're going to try and push them out. Get your guards. And then she just turns around, goes to the war table. She just points to a bunch of different points. You guys don't know the city well enough to know where she's pointing. Set up reinforcements here, 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 and here. We're going to start flushing them out. This is what's going to happen. Turns around. Who are you? What are you doing here?
I think the question of the day. We are here on orders from Violet Fury. I don't know if the name Team Them has crossed your eyes at any point. Came down here
Them.
pursued. Yeah.
Team Them. No, Team Them doesn't ring a bell. But Violet Fury does. What is he doing here? This isn't his jurisdiction. He knows not to come to the spot.
Rest assured, he ain't here. And to be honest, we weren't meaning to step on anybody's toes. Just well, the fella that used to be, and again, I indicate the what I'm assuming is progressively splitting body that Swain has been dragging around.
Yeah. She looks over.
Yeah.
Oh. Just
Or
points. And you see a bunch of roots start coming from the ground and wrapping the body, creating like a tensor. Like creating basically like to pull the body back together and kind of tighten it up. So that way it's just not gross and spewing shit everywhere.
Yim, spare the dying is still not going to work.
That's my best personal work. Come on.
And it was beautiful. Wait. I recognize you.
You
Where?
do?
Where have I seen you?
Where have I seen you?
How could you forget a face like that?
I see a lot of different faces.
No, I was talking to Lee, not you.
I come and go. I break a lot of hearts.
Uh-huh.
So I really
Forsyth,
don't know.
I need to know how long you can get these troops mobilized and into these reinforcement points. We can do this right away, man. Good. I'm off. I'm going back to the port. I'm taking this fight to them. She just turns
Yeah.
around, jumps out the window, turns into a giant eagle, just
Damn.
I would love to ride that eagle.
I would love to ride that too. Ooh, it's good.
Welcome
take
to
her out for a
Falskallan
nice
Night,
dinner.
where everybody's a thirst trap. Well, if you're here, make yourselves useful. First of all, get yourselves cleaned up. You look like shit.
It's been a long couple of days. Thank you for your tact.
Good. Well, we don't have time for tact. We have time for tactics. So, get yourself cleaned. Get rested. The night's going to be long. We might have use of you.
Well, all right.
He just
I
points to one of the guards. Dorthas, show them to their rooms. Sir, I'm supposed to be. I said what I said. Right. You see this elven man walk up towards you, very gaunt in the face and very chiseled cheekbones. It's almost like he's too tall for his bones because he walked with like a very rubbery lankiness to him. He comes up. All right, come with me.
Will do.
Okay.
He starts going in. I would recommend going to the triages, but all of our medics are down into the ports, trying to help out with any injuries or anything that's going on down there. We're luckily insulated, but we're also unluckily. don't have a lot of staff. Forgive me.
No worries there, partner. That's what we got spells for.
Good. He walks in. This will be your barracks for the day. He opens up a door, and it's very much not like a supply closet, but it's very cramped. It is the best I can do. Everything else has been taken.
This is nice.
Yeah, we'll make do.
Yeah.
Good. If you have any questions, please ask. We may not reply. And just shuts the door behind him.
Well, interesting reception we got, but I can see why they're on edge.
Yimmer's gonna just check to make sure that the door still opens.
The door opens.
Okay.
You're not lying.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it was, we got spleen.
Yeah.
My favorite kind of
reminds me
door
of-
is locked ones.
Yeah. It reminds me of like the Mummy Returns. Evie just pulls a bench in front of the doors. Honey, those guys don't use doors. He busts through the walls.
So good.
Well, do we have a way of getting a hold of the other guys?
They got a way of getting a hold of us, but no, I ain't added that to my list of things I can do through music yet.
Nope.
I just prop the body against the wall. Take a knife. And I'm just gonna take off some fingers. And feed it to Bree.
Oh, God.
Well, that's where we're going with that.
Yeah, and
like
I pop a finger into my mouth too. Yeah.
It is.
And like that, my appetite's gone.
So you pop the finger in your mouth. It is crunchy and it is very calloused and, well worn in. And especially since you've been drinking the body, very dusty.
Added flavor.
Yeah. You see Bree just going in. It's like the finger's almost not the size of Bree, but it's like, a croc, a baby croc that's about this big or so.
Mhm.
It's like it's having a hard time thoroughly chewing.
You keep working on it. Here, I'll split it in half. Little pieces.
Still teeth, and I see.
Yeah, it's so cute. I remember those days, I think.
Definitely a different childhood.
Yep.
Do we have to stay here?
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is they just kind of left us here, and the door's unlocked.
They seem like they got stuff handled. I mean,
Well,
So should we go handle some of their stuff?
yeah, like, what's the point of cleaning up, you know? Because you're just gonna get dirty again. Or I am.
well, maybe they wanted to give us a moment to collect ourselves again. I don't know about you, but I'm still picking chunks of masonry out of my ass.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You do look like shit.
Well, thanks, darling. You ain't exactly any elf maiden yourself.
That's right, because I'm a goblin maiden.
Point being, much as I find it odd they want us to get cleaned up before going back out to cause another mess, I ain't looking to gift horse in the mouth, and, well, probably best to dance to their tune for now. I don't know too much about this town.
I remember being here at some point. Don't remember much about it, but yeah, it's an okay
Yeah.
place when it's not getting bombarded.
I mean, it sounds great, you know. Your experience in the past sounds amazing.
Yeah. Oh, legendary. Haven't had one since. But, you know,
Oh,
there's always hope for you know, nothing gets the juices going like a good siege of sorts. Life and death. You're like, hey, fuck it, fuck you, fuck them, fuck everyone. That's how it gets going.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly admire that kind of optimism.
Yeah, everyone has fucks to give when it's life and death.
Yeah, I got lots of fucks. I got lots.
Yeah,
Uh,
I guess.
Are they supposed to come to us? Or do we stay here?
presumably. I mean, if they want us to take part in the fighting, they know where we're going to be best. Well, they know where reinforcements are going to be best needed better than we do. Good try running through the town, but liable to get ourselves into more trouble, and can't get a read on these folk yet.
Yeah, they want us to get cleaned up, but they put us in this little spot. There's not even like tub or anything. Like, should we go find the tub? Is that what they want us to do?
You
Maybe.
can do the lick method. You know, when you're out, you just lick. You just lick it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only
Think I'll
gets us
pass.
so far.
More to the
You
point,
could
though.
pick stuff out of each other's hair.
Done that before. Mostly getting mushrooms and other detritus and other things out. Mostly saying, "Oh, what's that do?" Yeah, you know. But yeah. Well, I'm gonna wander, just because who knows what you might find around here. Not every day you get taken to the top of the rock, as it were.
Yeah, definitely fair. Didn't lock us in. Spleen, not to. Don't mean for this to come across as condescending. I think you might want one of us with you at least at all times. I don't like the way that commander talked to you.
Oh, him? I'm used to it. But sure. I mean, I like sticking to one of y'all. I wouldn't mind having some eye candy. Before we go, hold on, I need to find those stupid lockets. And I'm not leaving this body here without taking them.
I want to
Oh,
search
that's
the body.
I thought you already
That's right. You
had-
brought the body with you.
Yeah, it's up against the wall. It's like I chop the fingers off and
Yeah.
the fingerless
You
corpse.
start searching the body, and you find another couple of notes. You don't seem to find a lot of money on him, but you do find the lockets.
How
locked
many?
it.
2 of them.
2. And
Orland was dealing with both of them.
yeah. Okay. Anything else that's like cool looking weapons?
I mean,
Right,
you saw
razor.
you saw the sword. Saw the sword, and you see like a bunch of pouches with a huge, not a huge assortment of daggers, but you see that there seems to be well-fitted daggers that follow the form of the body and into the tailoring of the clothing.
It
Okay.
Actually, is that jacket my size?
Given that it's split in,
Yeah.
I've got mending.
that mending doesn't fix everything.
You just hold it
Just go
together.
inch
Take
by
it to
inch.
a good seamstress.
Yeah.
They could
Look,
fix it.
we
Look at all
wash out
things,
the
I think
viscera,
that
we get
is-
some stitching going.
Yeah, like
Mending doesn't fix everything. It's not like a catch-all spell. It's like, oh, this thing's broken. Mending.
yeah, but it's like a shirt. Like you can stitch a shirt back.
You can stitch a shirt back together, but it's like gonna be one of those things where you're gonna be like there for a good couple hours just
I'm not saying we do it right now.
You gotta Roomba the shit out of that shirt.
Mending it's just
As you guys are doing this. So it was like
Oh yeah, and what time is it?
it's at this point it's coming on to like dusk, kind of like the same time with the other group is at.
Oh, can we see the sunset?
Mm.
It's beautiful.
You can't see the sunset from where you are because it is very much an enclosed spot.
Like to go.
wanna
Obviously
go?
not from our little room closet.
Yeah.
I can see it from here. Yimmer's on the shrooms
Oh.
again.
It's so pretty. He's just looking at a wall.
Yes, it is, Yim. Yes, it is.
All right, spleen, lick it. Lick everything.
You don't have to tell me twice.
All right, but to answer your question, can you go see the sunset? I don't know. Can you?
I would like to. Yimmer would like to go look at the sunset, trip some balls,
Yeah, all right. Why not?
find that one guy that you know wanted to trip balls too.
Now
No.
we see what he's actually after.
I see your game, dwarf.
You can't leave
All right.
that
Well,
hanging.
if you want to leave, I mean, door's open.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
open the door. What do you do? It's like you say you want to do something. You're not telling me what you're doing.
Okay. You ever go? Well, I'm gonna go look at the sun go down because I just like to do that kind of stuff. You're welcome to stay here or come with me. Might be a bit strange if they come back and see a half-eaten corpse if you leave your little croc here. Just saying.
No, taking Croc with me.
Okay. So they'll just walk into a partially eaten body. Cool.
Yeah, they know I came with a +1.
That you did.
Yeah, and I got what I needed. See? Got all of them right here.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
Well,
I guess I'm gonna go look over the bay.
All right. You open
Yeah.
the door and the hallway is clear.
Hmm.
Doesn't seem like there's any guards posted whatsoever.
Definitely not as tight a ship as what Violet Fairy runs. I like it.
yeah. Well, would be nice to see the sun go down over the waves.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You come and speak.
yep.
You're just gonna leave Bree with a body.
No, Bree's coming with me.
All right. You start walking. Start walking in a direction. You can follow back to where the war room was because it does have a view. It does have the open windows in the view.
Maybe not there. They were all negative energy, negative vibes. Too what I like.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. Just start wandering. Look for a nice shiny light.
All right. Now, what could possibly go wrong?
Not as much as you think.
Like I said, I admire your optimism.
Well, still walking.
Nope.
Well, can see most colors and hear most sounds still. Haven't done too much damage. So, on we go.
Mm.
You start walking. You start walking in the opposite direction because it's very much a linear hallway. Figuring this might lead to somewhere.
But I'm picturing kind of like a circular tower. Is that correct? Or is this more
It's
of
kind of
a-
like it was kind of like the Citadel. The way it kind of works out was from the outside, you see it very it not being like circular. It followed the cliff face up, so it was kind of cut
Oh,
in.
okay.
And then as soon as it starts reaching the top to where like the crown of the rock is, it starts circling itself out, creating like the parapets and can't think of the right terminologies, but you know what I mean. It's like it just creates that circular dome to create that wide angle for
Okay.
cannon protection.
So yeah, Yimmer would still be trying to stay along the outside as much as possible.
Yep. And with that, you start walking, and eventually you hit a series of hallways that start circling around. So you figure, okay, we're probably going to be able to see anything
Do I
that
see? Do I see
Yeah.
my friend?
You see your friend. You do not.
Really should find that guy.
Who?
You know, the guy that you know. At first he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna punch you," and then it's like, "Oh, I want what you're having, so I want to give him what I'm having."
That's kind of like almost all your interactions with a lot of people.
The other dwarf. That is a fair
Oh!
point.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Eventually, as you guys are having this conversation circling around, you do see a couple of guards that have been patrolling, and they look at you kind of funnily, and they kind of stop, and they're about to ask, and then realize, I don't need this headache, especially given today.
Yeah, give him the
Hey,
look.
you. Oh, hey.
You stop. They turn around.
If I want to look at the sunset, where would I go?
Oh, right. Well, if you want to see the sunset, just keep going the direction we just came from. You'll eventually find a series of windows that will cover all of Lumengi.
Awesome, much obliged. Would you like a mushroom or a fuzzy
No.
puff?
No.
No. Okay. Suit yourself.
And they both just like turn around and head back.
Oh, worth a shot. Never know who's fun.
But eventually, you do make it to a series of windows that follow the curved hallway. And it is a pretty sight if it wasn't for the fact that you see the city smoking and there are still some fires that are on.
Wow, what a pretty sight.
Yeah.
But it's funny enough, you do see like the galleon that has been beached. And you see what looks to be like a battalion of troops out onto the beachfront itself. And the bark on the other side of the beaches. So the way the tidal waves had split them, they literally had split apart, going on the outside of the storm barriers that protect the inner ports, and have been basically beached with the catches. The sunset is it's cycling through its reds and yellows and oranges. It is a blood sky.
Always heard things about, this kind of red-ish thing going on. Can't remember it, but,
Hmm.
there was something.
Is it bad? I like it.
Think so. Most things red mean you're dead. At least that's how I've kind of navigated plants and other things. But I've never thought of the sun. Never licked the sun, so I don't know.
Huh. Mm.
Yeah, I've heard tales that can be tied to days of bloodshed. Heard tales that if the sky's red at night, then you're bound to have good weather tomorrow. So maybe that's it.
Well, for some of them at least. Not most of them. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's great weather tomorrow and a bunch of guys are dead.
Yeah.
So it's super red.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Really ties into the theme. It's a nice contrast.
Oh, wish one of us was good at like making pictures. Paint.
Yeah.
This would be like one of those things you'd see in like a fancy person's.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to ask this question. Is there anything that you guys are going to do for the rest of the evening? Or is it going to be this?
It's just kind of this, I've been going as long as you need me.
Yeah. I don't know where I'm gonna clean. I'm just following.
I know. And I appreciate the ramble that you guys are going on, but I'm asking, is there actually like, as this conversation moves forward throughout the night, I'm trying to get a painted picture going. You see the sunset. The thing is, the sun sets in behind the citadel.
That's unfortunate.
So you get to see the colors that happen, but you don't actually get to see the sun setting. You are on the South Falskallan Sea, in the western side of the city, and the cliff face.
When I say I want to look at the sunset, doesn't mean I want to look at the sky. It means I want to look at the sunset.
Howard, Halsterian, the night is very warm, given that you've used your huts to basically space heater yourselves. And the sun starts to rise, and it is a very crisp morning. It's very cold. You can tell that the fall and the autumn has set right in.
The moment the hut drops, it's just like, ooh, ooh, fuck.
Margarine looks at you. This is why I stayed outside. That way I don't have that shock.
When the domes drop, the horse body is gone.
Oh, did you feed the horse body to the bag too?
Yes! Fuck that nightmare. What an asshole.
Interesting point of order. You basically tried to do it and it got up to like where the shoulder was and the bag got stuck.
And it was just like, oh crap, gotta saw through it. Probably took a while because all I have to do that is a sword.
What is this?
And some spoons.
You know,
Spoons.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
We were just trying
you
to
said
get a nice sunset.
You said dumpster fire, and it was lit. So
Howard doesn't like that nightmare, okay?
What is
Or
wrong with you
Eizana.
people? I swear to God, he goes into one war and he comes out as a fucking as a axe murdering maniac.
right. He's been hanging out with me a little too much.
You know what? You're not allowed to hang out with Spleen anymore. She's a bad influence on you.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah.
Why don't you play with one of the nicer kids?
yeah, of course.
And then, you know, we'll revert the bag to its non-dangerous state.
So the horse body is gone.
Yeah.
And Margarine just doesn't even bat an eye. Just at this point, she doesn't care. All right,
Good.
time to get you back. Good. You got 10 minutes. Get your stuff packed up. Let's go.
Will do.
Alstarian starts rolling up the rug he had pulled out.
There's an interesting thread count on that rug.
Just high enough, but not too high. I don't want it to... Sometimes it chafes. Never mind.
Oh God, partial chafage. What will my royal ass do?
We don't call it ass, it's called tush.
You don't
He's a
probably
royal
check
tush,
up on them.
tush.
How? Should I tell them about Eizana? Or should I wait till we see them?
I open my book and start writing. Hey, guess who's got red hair and no torso?
What time is it when that comes through?
It's the same time.
JT.
So what I'm asking is, like, would that be waking me up in the morning?
I don't know. Are you? Well, do you rise with the sun? At this time,
Diamondback.
remember, this
Yeah.
is the autumn, so the sun's
Yeah.
rising a little bit later in the day.
Yeah, he probably would be, but probably be a little groggy. But it comes, he's like,
Yeah, you're basically just enjoying a coffee.
haven't even got the shirt on yet. Oh, good morning to you too. I'm guessing you caught up with Eizana.
You don't even know that they've gone.
Well, I mean, he said, guess who's got red hair and no torso?
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we hear Diamondback say this, or is this all?
Yeah.
I mean, do you say this out loud, Diamondback?
If that's how the spell works.
I think you can actually answer the spell in your mind if you want.
I'm probably at this point I'm groggy enough that I say it out loud. So you get the little sputter of like, morning coming, Jesus on a stick.
thought it was 2 sticks.
We just wake up, just hair crazy.
Yeah.
What? Here at Eizana.
Yeah. Hang on, getting word from Hal. Ugh. Please continue. Details.
It's like hair and mouth.
I'll let him know what happened. She was injured, and that Violet Fury sent us to track her down. Excuse me.
And I nod out loud, I think. Oh, good, then we're 2 for 2 on dead assholes. We found Garnom. Spleen did her thing. Now he's not half the half-orc he used to be.
Somebody that I used to know.
That's the quarter orc now?
Yeah. Lumen guy's still under siege, far as we know. Garrison commander here's a bit uptight. Wanted us to get cleaned up before we took part in any of the battles going on. Just woke up ourselves. No idea what the hell's going on now.
Just respond. That's troublesome. Don't drop the soap.
Good to know. What's it looking like on y'all's end? How's everything going back at base?
We're on our way back. It's cold.
No shit.
It's just like in the background.
What about Eizana? What?
Yeah. They got her. Found her injured and, well, she should have quit while she was ahead.
Yeah. Wait. No! Those fuckers!
Just hear something thrown.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Do I still have a connection with Hal at this point?
No. That's not how this works.
There's a disturbance in the
Yeah.
universe.
Like, well, I would let him know, but I can't, say that until he, creeps me out again.
And she's just grabbing Diamondback and like,
Tell them that they're motherfuckers, and I'm gonna find them, and I'm gonna get them.
I might have to write that down.
Spleen will remember this.
I am going to let him know that her last words were laughing at us and that we fell for it all.
Well, there's a thought that's going to fester. I'll let everyone else know. Also, Spleen is simultaneously happy she's dead and real pissed off that she didn't get to do it herself.
I knew it.
The word fuckers may have occurred several times, accompanied with mother.
Just in the background.
Shit.
Why me?
It's
Yeah, Dad.
ongoing.
You'll get to kill someone else. We'll find someone else that looks kind of like her.
It's not the same.
Can you hear the ellipsis that I write?
As you're writing the ellipsis, you feel Margraine's hand hit your shoulder. All right, writer boy, let's do this. Let's go.
Yep.
He's a writer boy.
So you start feeling the ellipsis, and then it just goes. It's an ellipsis with an accent.
Yeah.
Italics.
Didn't catch that last part, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume you're busy.
Accent
Have a good one.
And so Margarine takes you both and retracts herself back to the main road that led between Menastar and Menestad.
Hmm.
And it takes a good couple hours to do this. Eizana had put herself in a pretty terrible spot, both physically and, well, locationally. That being said, sorry, my computer's being a turd. You eventually make it back to Menestad, going through Mead's Meadow. And it's very much like, as much as the town had been attacked, it's starting to bustle again. A lot of the people still getting their grains and their harvests in to be processed and shipped accordingly. You walk through, keep on walking through the town. I'm assuming you're heading back to Castle Menestad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good. So eventually you start making it to Castle Menestad, up the stairwell. And where exactly are you going in? You're reporting back to Violet Fury or Lieutenant Pinmo?
Yeah, we should. Was it going to be Penrose room? Was it?
That's where you had found them last time.
Yeah.
Ask around and have someone direct us.
Yeah.
You start asking around, and you ask the secretary just to know the general whereabouts of where they might be. She looks up at you. I'm sorry. Pinmo's not here today. He seems to be making the rounds up in Noon Square and the Iron Bridge. But Fury is up in his office.
I guess we'll see him if he's available.
Let me see. Starts looking around. It looks like he's talking to a couple of the other parliamentary people at this point in time. He might be waiting a little bit.
We're in no hurry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're free to roam the castle.
Actually, we'll probably be in the library.
I don't know how good a condition it's in.
Just a space, not necessarily.
That's fine. No, just head on in. I don't know who's around, but yeah.
All right. Did you want to stop by, see if Elris is doing any better? I assume he's still at the infirmary.
I was just thinking that.
You actually say that, and you hear, guys,
Hmm?
You see him
Elris?
hobbling. He's got a cane going on. He's walking towards. Oh, guys! Oh, just you see the demeanor of the golden retriever water genasi.
Are you supposed to be up and about yet?
No, but I can't sit still. I just want to help.
All right.
Checks out.
But so what are you guys doing?
Well, we just got back.
Back from where?
Hunting, so to speak. We found
You're
Eizana.
telling me the town was on fire and you decided to go hunting? How, Howard? I don't even understand how you hunt. You didn't even hunt when we were friends.
Not.
It was a mission from Fury.
Yeah, that.
Oh.
Hunting
Okay,
down
say no more.
the little.
I'm going to the
fucking redhead.
library because I want to see.
We were thinking the same.
Oh, good. Come with me. Come on.
No?
And Jarek's been kind of grumpy lately, so I don't want to be around him.
Compared to what?
He's fine with me. He's addicted to you.
Yeah, he's grumpy regardless.
I like to think I know his better side.
That's truly sad. Let's go.
You know, why aren't you trying to make friends with him? He started walking along
I have.
into the library. The castle is still very much. You still see the scorch marks. It's going to take a while to get this back and looking as if it was beforehand. And even then, you're not too sure if that's ever actually going to happen. Nonetheless, you walk forward and you manage to get yourselves to the library. The doors are off its hinges at this point. It seemed like the doors had sustained enough damage for them to warrant a replacement. And you walk in, and although the layout is still the same, you see a bunch of the bookshelves that have actually been burnt down. And it's a mess. It's very much a mess. There's not a lot that had survived, or if it had survived, it's not looking good.
Damn, that is a shame. A lot of
Does
knowledge
make me
lost.
wonder. Certainly. I can't help but wonder, though, if they did that specifically to keep us from learning something that we were closer. I mean, in addition to what we retrieved from them previously, of course, but just with all
Probably.
this information gone.
You keep stepping forward within. You see some of the scribs going around trying to collect any of the records that had been salvageable, or at least trying to do an inventory of what had happened, and where things are, and what is, well, again, salvageable. Elris comes in. Oh man, man.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, I think there's a lot more we don't get than we know, based on what Eizana was saying when, we found her. This whole elemental deal may have been just to mislead us in the first place.
What? But they're attacking us.
Yeah. And it may have been to maintain our attention on that.
Perhaps multiple layers of ruses to make sure we didn't connect the dots, as it were.
What? Okay, but then what's the bigger picture? What happens? What do you do? What do we do? If this happened to us and we're not prepared, then what happens if we are prepared?
Well, I have this funny feeling that it has to do with NC. And all these disappearances, these amulets.
This ridiculous locket of his. I flip my book open, send a message again. Lockets? Lockets.
This time I'm like just starting to have lunch. Yeah, we got him secured.
Oh,
You hear the
that's a
return.
relief.
We got them secured.
I mean, that still shows up in writing, not audible for me.
I don't care. It's funny to me.
Like, what I'm wondering is, does your book transcribe dialects? Like,
It
are all
must.
Diamondback messages spelled with like this unmistakable drawl?
It's all calligraphied drawl.
Yeah, got emojis in there as well. Just
Mhm.
I'm just picturing the letters
Like-
going up and down like notes.
Oh, hey.
He writes it in, it comes across as Microsoft Sam. He speaks back, and it comes off as calligraphied.
It's all caps for when they're yelling.
You also definitely would have gotten the every damn time.
No, you send it. All you hear is all you see back in the text is "Gah!" Every damn time. All right, we got everything.
Okay, so there's some good news to take away. With the success of our friends who went southward to the port, they did recover the lockets. So that part of whatever their plan is seems to have succeeded. Or
Thank the
rather,
gods.
yeah, our plan. You get the idea. The lockets are apparently very, very powerful, so I have to assume they already have NCs. I mean, it seems like he's working with them. He appeared at the same time that the White Hand did.
Al, you haven't had a
Previously.
chance to get your grandfather's name in there yet, have you? In your book?
Oh, goodness. He's usually made aware of my actions in one way or another.
Well, I meant so we could speak with him, but
No, not directly.
it might be a little weird if I just sent him a message without, you know...
It may be, let's go with more polite. Yes. To perhaps send a message to, oh, I'm blanking on his name. Shittingren,
I'm blanking too. Yes.
Kareg. Thank you.
I was like, it starts with a K.
It may be more polite, safer, to send a message perhaps to Kareg, since you have met him at this point.
Alright. Just, we don't know when they're gonna get back, or when we'll be able to get to Anver. Really want to ask him but he might know about these amulets. If he knew more than we did about them originally, I mean,
Yes.
plus he has the one.
I mean, that book was important for some, I would gather, related reason.
Yeah.
It spewed interdimensional energy practically.
But fuck it. I'm gonna cast Sending after a moment to Kareg. Kareg, it's Howard. Not sure if it's okay to message Lord Baltrus himself. More details soon, but we need to talk about the amulet.
You hear an immediate reply. Of course I remember you. I like keeping an eye on my protege's friends. It's smart of you not to. And the message cuts off there.
What? I... He said it's smart of me not to, and that was it.
That sounds about right.
I'm pretty sure I know what it means, but he could have sent a longer message, so I'm not sure. He just does that to fuck with people, doesn't he?
I mean, sometimes, yes.
Now I'm going to be thinking about that until we communicate again.
Yes.
We see if we can find any more information here in the meantime.
At least clean up a bit to see
That's
if
not a
there's.
bad idea.
I'd like the both of you to make investigation checks if you're going to.
Certainly.
This is the first roll of the game.
Nope.
No.
We had
Okay.
2 before. So I rolled a 16 and a 20 earlier. And that one's a 23 total.
23 total? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You start taking the time and you're spending it looking through a bunch of the a bunch of all the burnt things and stuff, and it's gonna take a good afternoon to do. River Gang. We start ourselves back in the morning. So basically, Diamondback gets the message. You guys have that conversation. You guys are basically in a mess hall right now, eating food. And the guards are looking at you funny because Spleen's crying for some random reason.
My
Just gonna go.
crocodile ears.
Been a death in the family. Real shame.
My family, yeah!
They're just continuing to stare at you all. Eventually, a dragonborn comes up, and he's wearing the Lumengian colors, the guard colorings and whatnot. Comes down. The commander would like to speak to you.
Well, we're at the commander's service.
Good. Please follow me.
All right.
Thanks, Yimmer. You're a good shoulder to cry on.
Don't worry, little goblin girl. It's okay.
What was that? Wait.
I think that was kindness.
What's that?
All right, I don't think we have time to unpack all of that right now.
I'm
But
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, I don't think that was surprise. I think that was just horny.
Wait. Yeah.
It was on this day her loins grew 3 sizes.
Wait, I don't want that visual in my head.
which, please don't.
Wait.
I'm sorry. It popped into my mind and my stupid brain was like, I have to say this.
Steven is a little cursed.
This is how it feels.
Oh.
All right. So the guard takes you to Forsyth's war chamber. And it's still very much like you see a bunch of lieutenants around, a couple lieutenants and guard captains around this table, him pointing out what needs to be done and information that's being exchanged and followed. You do see Emerald Envy there.
Well, morning all. You called for us?
The commander turns around. Ah, yes. There you are. Thank you for coming.
Sure.
I assume that you've been rested and you've ate?
Yep.
Yep.
Got some
Good.
decent grub here.
We try our best, given the situation. There's a lot of things that we can't do. But nonetheless, Fury has requested... Sorry. Envy has requested your help. Given that you're under the orders of Violet Fury, we wanted to do this in front of you. Emerald Envy turns around. She's still wearing the same clothing as she did yesterday, and it's very much dirtier, more like it looks like she's literally gone through fire.
Mhm.
It looks good. Please listen. Fury, Envy, requesting to take over Team Them from your orders. As this is happening, I'm just gonna do this from Fury's perspective. You're getting a two-way conversation.
Yeah.
Just assume Howard and Hal are there for this conversation. Envy, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Why are you requesting my team? Envy calls back. As far as I know, they're guild, and that leaves them under Crimson Pride. Why do you have that? Fury comes back. I see that you're playing through my ploys. This is why I don't like talking to you. This is also why I like having you around. You're not answering me. Permission granted. They are yours. Use them as you wish.
Use them.
As Emerald Envy hears that, thank you. Turns around. You're under my command now.
Yeah, works for me.
Hava. What? Wait, what?
We're going to make a main push on one of the beaches. He wants you there. Seeing as you were effective in killing Garnom there, I knew him just by the way remember him. Odd individual, charming fellow. But I also remember you, and I remember how effective you were in defending Alabel. She looks at you, Spleen.
What?
That's why I recognized you. Shifting Amber had you as his protection. Where are the others?
As far as I've been made aware, back in Menestad, or on their way back, we been having as much contact with them as we're able to. They were hunting the leader of this cult, the Lasharas. Seems they caught up with her, and well, they had the better of the argument.
You still dealing with Lasharas? I dealt with them here months ago. I weeded them out easily. Fury is definitely showing weakness in his old age.
Well, what can I say? Teenagers are tricky.
She just turns around, walks to the war table. Come.
Right enough.
You start walking, and basically, she points out to where the rock is, and then points basically where to the fish market is, which is on the western side of the river. She looks over. Get these two a stool. And so a couple of guards come around and they bring in the stools. You're now both standing on them, and you can see clearly. I'm going to be heading the reinforcements that are going to be on the beaches to the west of us. I want you with me.
Yes, ma'am. Wait, you dealt with the Lasher, the cult? The Lashers.
Yes.
Ross.
Lasharas.
Yeah,
I
that
did.
one.
And this is why I also shut down the port, to make sure that they didn't come in.
Ours was like taking underground rivers and shit.
Yeah,
Like lighting with ley lines and whatever they call them.
underground doesn't work here. The only underground is the mine. Nobody comes in and out without all of us seeing.
So you got like the better end of the stick.
I'm way more effective than Fury will ever be, and I know this. And if
Well,
I'm
don't
right,
let him catch you say that.
I don't care what he thinks of me.
Ooh.
So for us going with you, you got anything special in mind for us, or just general see bad guys do our thing till they're no longer a problem?
Yeah.
I want you guys to scout. We have our own teams, but the more eyes out there will definitely be more effective. And seeing as if you were able to track somebody from Menestad by boat,
And a little bit of air, but we can't really make that part happen now.
Your help.
it doesn't matter. You're able to track, and that's what I like. You're going to be effective, and I need you, so please.
Well, happy to oblige.
And if I'm right, if I requested you guys, I think he's going to be sending the other two. At this time, you guys are in the middle of a conversation with Fury, and you get the call. You get the call, and he kind of stops halfway through the conversation. And he's up in Pinmo's office all by himself, just kind of not brooding, but more or less just pensively thinking, trying to think of what's going on and how to effectively get everything done.
During the conversation, I just lean over to Hal. Not knowing her message. I thought we technically belong to Pride.
He just stops. Hold on, give me a second. Pride. Fury.
I have to go ask Mom if I can come over.
This episode brought to you by TELUS Mobile.
Can you hear me now? Good. Team them. I've been requested to give them to Envy. You might receive a message from her. Or I would suggest you message her. Good luck. You're not getting the other end of that reply. As this is happening on the other side, all you hear is, yes, they're mine now. I'm going to use them. We're under a siege. I'll deal with you later.
I know.
Big happy family?
You have no idea.
Yes. We'll have to talk about it over a drink sometime, maybe. Sounds interesting.
You're not getting anywhere, Bard.
Not
What
that
about
kind of
me?
drink.
Can I get somewhere?
Anyway, and then it goes back
I
to
know,
Hal
right?
staring. Feels like a very terrible Austin Powers gag going on right now.
The way this group split, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, now that I don't have to talk to Envy. So you have a head.
Yeah. If I'll just pull it out of one of the bags.
And it
I
was
mean-
successful. You killed her. Good fight?
Actually, I think she was dying when we got there.
If she was dying, then why didn't you just bring her back?
Because she's gotten away from us twice before because that fucking horse. I didn't want to
If
risk
she was
it.
off her horse, why didn't you kill the horse?
She wasn't on the horse the last 2 times. No, she wasn't on the horse the first time. She was on it the second time. I was concerned, so I took the opportunity to kill them both at the same time. Safety precaution.
Duly noted. I guess we won't get as much information as we'd want to now.
Sorry.
Still, congratulations on killing her.
It was kind of disappointing, honestly, after all the trouble. But, thank you.
Just sitting there staring. Well, seeing as I volunteered your team. Well, the ones that are in Lumengi to work under Emerald Envy. That means you're going there too.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah.
Shall we be using the teleportation circle, or shall we get our feet moving?
No, teleportation circle. Knowing her, she'll want you right away.
All right.
Oh, very
Go
well
with
then.
that.
At least we're still packed.
Good job
True.
on killing this bitch. It's a sad sight to see a teenager go that way, but given that she was a pain in the ass, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Now I need to figure out how the fuck I'm going to deal with this cult.
Oh, on that note, her last words were a little troubling. Don't really have any evidence to point towards anything yet, but she made it seem like we were being misled and fell for it. And we're concerned that the whole elemental attack thing was a diversion from the amulets.
Hmm.
The amulets might be related to the disappearances from the academy.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Many moving parts, yes.
But at least the amulets have been recovered.
The ones we
That
already
is
had,
good.
anyway.
At least Orland didn't die in vain.
Yeah.
And half the other residents in the parliament. All right, get going.
Okay.
Aye.
You guys turn around and leave. Do you go
Mhm.
directly to the summoning circle?
I'm going to send Glam a message, just letting her know that we're being sent elsewhere, and that if she doesn't hear from me again tonight, she'll hear from me tomorrow, same as usual.
You get the reply back. Okay, yeah. I'll be okay. I'm here. Everything should be okay.
And if I can find Elris before we leave, I'm just gonna throw out a small suggestion that he stop by Guildhall periodically, have a meal with her. Because he is very bubbly and probably be some good company for her. Might do them both some good too.
You do find
Might
him
be a
on the
bit of a
way.
walk
He's
for
still in
him.
the library checking things out. And he looks and he says, "Okay, yeah, I'll do my best. I don't know if I don't know how able I am to move too much, but well, I'll do what I can."
In due time. Or you can
Okay.
make Jarok take you.
You guys go into the antechambers that is underneath, and you talk to a summoner, and she she sets you up. Are you ready to go?
I suppose I will get.
Yeah. The teleportation circle starts lighting up. You guys
After a moment of hesitation with how it's gone the last 2 times for me.
roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Oh no.
Hey! Maybe not high enough still, but hopefully.
I got an 18 on mine.
18 as well.
Hey!
Cool. And that's where we're gonna take a break. Guys, I gotta go to the bathroom real bad, so we're gonna take about 5 minutes and get ourselves resituated. Please stand by, and we'll miss you.
Time.
Oh, God. The things I say before shit goes live gets everybody going.
Yeah. Oh man.
So I'm gonna be frankly honest with you guys. I am very tired tonight, and so I'm probably gonna cut game very, very soon. But before then, there's a party appreciation that was redeemed last game, and we never got to it. And so I'm gonna do this right now, and just want to say that I guess I have to do this individually, don't I?
Have to? You do it any way you want to do it.
You do it anyway. You
Yeah.
mean on top and the bottom?
Oh my God. Such possibilities.
Feel like the gif of a cat that has like a piece of cheese thrown on its head and just goes.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm just gonna go in order of everything that's here. So immediately to my left on the screen, give in. Scree. Nah, it's always amazing seeing you come in with such chaos energy and then feeding everybody else your chaos energy, and it just turns into a psycho loop of everything. It's awesome. We're gonna keep this nice and short and sweet. Diamondback, I've already talked to you how amazing it is just that you're here and that you come in with just this entertainment mindset of attitude where it's like you do it. You came in and you did the homework. You knew the assignment and you delivered.
Well, thank you.
Steve. But no, I'm still really happy that I was able to convince you to actually come and play this game.
Thank you for inviting me.
Honestly, like an amazing addition, and the fact that, like, again, I've already said it once before, but the fact that you were so hesitant on the role play because you felt like you couldn't, and I'm like, yeah, just fucking go, and then you took it and you went with it with the most sassiest motherfucking character ever.
I know.
Watching you and Howard like bounce off each other ideas and trying to figure out what the hell I'm throwing at you is amazing. Speaking of Howard, look at you. You're growing up, our little role player you. You're getting your own little character development going on there, and I'm loving it. You stupid.
We're definitely still trying to triple dome at some
You're
point.
still trying. You can't chrome dome this shit. It's like just triple dome, whatever.
It's gonna happen.
But no, the fact that you're actually willing to try shit outside the box is amazing. It's like I will never not go for it. And Yimmer. I'm still mad at you. You told me your sister had a child. You didn't tell me your sister had a child.
Or you knew.
No, I don't care. I'm airing family dramas out here live.
Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the information
side
for
of the
the
family.
MVP call, isn't it?
Nah, seriously. The fact that I paired you with Diamondback is just how the fuck? How the fuck did I get
Oh, God.
two like really cool people that meshed well together and then decided, all right, well, it's time to be chaotic about it. And I'm like, no. So the fact that I got to deal with it, I'm actually really happy about, because if that's all I got to complain about, then I think I'm doing quite good.
But you still refuse to flirt with your cousin.
I still refuse to flirt with you.
Don't
And
worry,
then
I
you
got it
throw
covered.
envy out there. It's like, geez.
Don't worry, I'm covered,
Like
Katie,
I
got it
said,
covered.
welcome to Falskallan Nights. This is a thirst trap.
Yeah. I'll flirt with your cousin, JT.
Go ahead.
Spleen flirts with everyone.
Given, Yimmer, given.
Hey. D&D is just my way to flirt with my friends.
Usually what it revolves to.
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna have to go through his wife first, and
Locked in character.
But anyway.
All locked in character.
Yeah.
I want to round it off with you guys are absolutely amazing, and I love every one of you, all of you. Have you ever had that? Did you ever do that? Ever thing?
Have you ever had a
More look like.
you could
Yep. Exactly that. Thank you. And with that, Howard, Halsterian, you operate in a completely different place. And like you're so used to jumping between the antechambers between Menestad and Onver, where it's basically almost identical places. You're coming into a place where it is completely surrounded by stone that has been carved out, and then like all the shelvings, all the magical items have been carved into the stonework. So it's like it becomes one with the stone. It is quite a sight to see. You come in and you see a silver dragonborn come up to you. Well, hello. We've been expecting you.
Then lead the way, please.
Please follow me. He turns around. He comes in. He walks up. And it takes about 10 minutes. God damn it. Why do I have chat up? This is why I don't do this. He takes you up, and you see him do a quick jot in the air with his finger. Envy, I have them. Where do you want to meet? Right. We're going to the war room.
Okay.
And so about 10 minutes of walking around, going through hallways, it feels like a damn maze. Honestly, if you ever got lost in here, you feel like you would ever really get lost. But with that being said, you eventually make it to the war room, and you see the outlook of Lumengi. Halsterian, you've been here once or twice before in your youth, traveling all around. Howard, you had been here, but it was under a different guise, and so you never really got to see this view, and it is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. You turn around, you see the lieutenants, the guard captains, and the sergeants with the fort commander and Emerald Envy standing there. Al, there you are. I thought he would send you. Good. I need your help. And you're going to help me. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode. About time I finally got all you people back together.
Yeah,
Always split the party. It can only lead. Don't split the party.
I mean, we're not dead.
Yeah.
we're
We're good.
True.
Yeah.
Good.
True.
Definitely plenty of
In fact,
chaos.
now you guys were quite successful with your party splitting, which encourages this. So
Don't split the party.
Always split the party.
you're just lucky that you have a DM that can actually manage it.
That's true.
Damn straight you can. And damn
Is that a
straight we are.
challenge?
I don't know. Do you want a new character?
You don't want that. You don't want that. I bring Spleen's cousin.
Oh no.
Kidney.
Oh God. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Queen of Shadows, thank you for coming back again. I really appreciate you coming in.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see new faces, especially reoccurring ones. But and of course, Otter, you're always there. always watching, staring with your eyes in the beard. I mean, sorry,
Need to
I
find
can
the
see
otter's
you.
cave.
You cannot hide.
But with that, I want to say y'all have yourself a great night. Get well rested. It's good to see you again. I can't wait till next week. But until then, I must ask this question. Do you dare to imagine? Have a good night, everybody.
Have you ever fought a dragon and stormed its mountain lair? Have you ever killed a vampire and seen the evil in its lair? Have you ever sought adventure and couldn't find it anywhere? Well, here's the answer to your call. We're gonna die of it. Adventuring company. Come leave behind all your cares. Adventuring company. Come with me and see what's out there. If you wanna be a hero or a demon in disguise, if you wanna steal a spaceship and sail across the endless skies, if you wanna live a story and you're down to have some fun, come on and join the Dire Bears. There's a game for everyone. Adventuring company. Come leave behind all your cares. Adventuring company. Come with me and see what's out there.